What's going on? It's Astronaut H, and this is the What More Do You Want Network. Now, in this video, I will be discussing the NBA draft, and of course, none other than the number one pick of this year's NBA draft 2025, Cooper Flagg. Now, of course, as you guys know, the Dallas Mavericks selected Flagg number one overall in this year's NBA draft, and I have no problem at all with Flagg being number one. I think he was the consensus pick for a very long time to be the number one pick. He showed off and showed out at Duke, averaging some of the best statistical categories in Duke's history as a freshman. There's nothing wrong with Flagg at number one. My whole thing was I did not think the Dallas Mavericks needed a Cooper Flagg this year, right? I understand you draft Flagg, your fan base is excited, you have a young emerging talent, things like that, and that's fine and well, barring any type of catastrophic injuries or things like that. I see Flagg having a very, very great career. His upside is one of the highest of a young guy coming into the league in a very, very long time. We know we've seen the Zion Williamsons and things like that coming out of Duke as well, but I believe that Flagg has that other thing, and by that I mean he wants to compete at a very high level. He was playing against some of these same pro players as a USA team member last year, not even a few years ago, last year actually in 2024. So being part of that process, now you look at him being in the league currently and who he will be surrounded around as a member of the Dallas Mavericks. You look at guys like Klay Thompson, veteran, Anthony Davis, veteran, a great head coach in Jason Kidd, and you look at the other odds and ends of that same at the same roster. You're looking at the Daniel Gaffords. You look at the Derek Lively's, and I didn't even mention Kyrie. So you look at this team in its entirety, it has the opportunity to do something special. Now, on the other side of the coin, the reason why I said I didn't think the Dallas Mavericks should have drafted Flagg at number one, because I thought they were in win now mode. And by win now, I thought that their window for a championship was right now. And I get it. You draft Flagg. He's a rookie. He doesn't need to do a lot early. But when I said that I don't think they should draft Flagg, it was due to the fact that there were a lot of options, in my opinion, that they should have looked at. And options being as well as trading the first pick, and going after a player that could help them be able to compete for a championship this year. And I know Kyrie will miss some time due to his injury, but when I think about the landscape of the league and I think about the Western Conference, like I said, I think Flagg will be a great, great young talent. I have him averaging somewhere around the realms of 17, 7 rebounds and possibly 4 assists, a few blocks a game. But when I look at the landscape of the West and I look at the Oklahoma City Thunder and I look at what Houston just did with Kevin Durant, and I look at the rest of the West and I say, look at Denver. I look at San Antonio. But this Dallas Mavericks team has an opportunity, and going back to why I think they should have traded the pick was just because I see what Giannis could possibly have been with that same team. I think about the number one pick, and you could have possibly put that together with a few other players, go after Giannis, team Giannis up with Anthony Davis, possibly have a more than formidable front court, really front court punch, have AD play, his natural position. You probably would have had to give up Derek Lively in a trade like that, but you could still have Giannis play the 3, still keep Klay. I mean, that's a team, that I could have seen possibly happen. But now, having Flagg, I don't think he's going to be under too much pressure, to perform early. I think it's just going to have to come down to where and how do the Dallas Mavericks use him, right? Because the microscope, he's going to be under it. But I don't think he's going to have to be the end-all, be-all savior for this team day one, right? Still having an Anthony Davis, who's an all-star, who's a top 75 player. Still having a Kyrie Irving when he gets back healthy. Still having a Klay Thompson, when he's making and taking shots. Still having guys off the bench. Still having, a veteran leadership at coach that can lead a young player like that. If he's open to the criticism, if he's open to getting better, transforming his body from a college player to a pro, I see nothing but good things for Flagg. So, like I said, with the Dallas Mavericks taking Flagg number 1, I really have no problem with it. I just thought and saw some other things that could have been on the horizon for this team. But I'm excited to see what he does in year 1 as we go on into the NBA season. So let me know what you guys think in the comments down below. NBA fans, Cooper Flagg fans, or if this is just your first time tuning into the channel, let me know what you think in the comments down below. Don't forget to like, comment, subscribe. Hit that notification bell to know anytime a video is being uploaded to this channel. It's Astronaut H. This is the What More Do You Want Network, and I'll catch you guys on the next video.